Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and the next collaboration for Overwatch 2 just got announced, and it's with the classic fighting game Street Fighter. This is gonna be a collaboration containing so many amazing skins for so many different... Wait a minute, they gave the Chun-li skin to Juno? And not me? Mamma mia. Oh, I now know how Venture mains feel. So, putting my biasness aside, this is gonna be a huge collaboration. This, I'm pretty sure, is the first video game collaboration between a different video game, something that we've never really seen before in Overwatch. And it's with one of, if not the biggest fighting game of like all time, Street Fighter. I mean, we've all heard of Street Fighter at one point. I've never really played fighting games before. I'm mainly just a melee player, but even I know a lot about Street Fighter and its characters, like with Cammy and Ryu, and especially Chun-Li. I'm sorry, just the possibility of getting a main Chun-Li skin, and now it's no longer gonna happen. At least it's with a cool hero like with Juno. But I guess now we can talk about the heroes that are gonna be getting a Street Fighter skin, because it's not just gonna be 4 skins, but this time around 8 collab skins, the biggest collab that we've ever gotten in Overwatch. And it all starts off with what is now one of the most popular characters in Overwatch 2, Juno, getting one of the most iconic female fighter characters of all time, Chun-Li. A lot of Zoomers will say that this is the thickest skin from Fortnite, and that just brings a tear to my eye, but we got more skins we gotta look at, more importantly with Cammy and Widowmaker. See, I'm not mad at this pick. Maybe Tracer could have been a good choice for Cammy, but at least Widowmaker's silhouette matches Cammy a little bit. We got the iconic green suit here, but one interesting thing that they didn't really show in the trailer is what they're gonna do with her visor, because Cammy obviously doesn't wear any goggles or glasses, but in the trailer, they have the Widowmaker classic silhouettes, but it fades away after the visor is done. But the next skin that we gotta talk about is with what I would consider to be the main character of Street Fighter, or at least one of them, Ryu Hanzo. I just love how they got the Hadouken included in this trailer, bro. Ryu also has an iconic look. I mean, the white karate suit and the headband, and of course, the Hadouken is something that I'm so glad they included in this trailer. And I'm very hopeful to see possibly get more voice lines, possibly an emo with some of their iconic moves, or maybe even some highlight intros. But this is a collaboration, and it's quite literally illegal for Kiriko not to get a collab skin. So what better Street Fighter character for her to represent than Juri. This is where people will say that Diva should have gotten this skin because she's South Korean and she's not Japanese like Kiriko. Again, I'm not mad at the skin. I mean, all these skins are gonna look sick. Just some of the characters, like especially with Juno and Chun-Li, man, that would have been a perfect opportunity for me to get a Chinese Street Fighter character skin. But at least here with Kiriko, she looks great. Her kunais look really sick. Here's a perfect collab skin. Guile is gonna be represented here with Soldier 76. They're both true-blooded Americans, so it only makes sense for Soldier to get this kind of skin. Now, it is weird to see him get the blonde flat top, but again, like that's an iconic look for him. Like everyone knows who Guile is from Street Fighter. Everyone knows who Soldier 76 is. This is a great collab skin. Here's another collab skin that also just makes perfect sense. Dhalsim represented here with Zenyatta. Both have similar figures, both are skinny, but what I love most about this specific skin is that they took the skulls from Dhalsim's necklace and replaced Zenyatta's orbs with them. Like that's such a sick touch because it's like a necklace, but they're orbs floating around Zenyatta. Another iconic Street Fighter character is going to be Blanka, represented here with Winston. Now, while Blanka isn't necessarily a scientist like Winston, at least both of them share beast-like characteristics. But not only does it look sick, it's also cool because Blanka also has electric elements, just like how Winston also has an electric Tesla cannon as his weaponry. And the final character that is kind of a surprising character to see, mainly just because Sigma doesn't seem like the collab type, but he's going to be getting the Bison skin. Another dope design skin from this collaboration, but I already know so many people are gonna say, oh, what about this character from Street Fighter? Why didn't this character from Overwatch get a collab skin? And why does Kiriko get every single collab? Because it's in her contract. You guys have to understand that Kiriko is contractually obligated to get every collab skin. I mean, the fact that we're getting not only 4, but 8 collab skins is amazing in itself, but maybe in the future we can get even more collab skins because Street Fighter, they kind of seem more keen on collaborating with other video games where other video game companies really aren't, like Nintendo or even like DC and whatnot. But I all know what you're gonna be asking next. Bro, you whack, is Chun-li Juno gonna be thin? The release release date for this collaboration. I know at the end of the trailer, it says in Japanese May 21st, but that's actually going to be May 20th here in the States. And it's just because of time zones and everything. So be expecting this Street Fighter collab to come out on Tuesday, May 20th. So yes, we get 2 collaborations in one single season. It's actually insane. And we're getting 8 collab skins, probably with victory poses and highlight intros. Shoot, maybe even a game mode. Like, this is the one collaboration where we need to see a fighting game mode within Overwatch 2. So many of these collabs just come with skins and then like nothing else. Like, nothing fun comes along with it. Unlike the K-pop collab that had a full game mode, a bunch of skins, a song with it. This, I think, is the one opportunity where there could be a third-person fighting mode, just like with Street Fighter. And maybe this is me being wishful thinking, but maybe this could be a mainstay mode within Overwatch where maybe it could even have its own competitive ladder. I mean, Street Fighter, it's a competitive game, so why not make it a competitive mode within Overwatch 2? I know it'll be complicated because in Street Fighter you actually have like combos and ways to fight, where in Overwatch you have guns and just one melee attack. So maybe at the very least Cactus Puppy could make some sort of workshop mode where you can have basic combo inputs where you can fight in third person and have a semi-Street Fighter mode of some sort. It would be goofy, but it'd still be cool. But here's something that I know everyone is gonna be asking about, and it's gonna be the prices for these skins. 8 collab skins. This is not gonna be a cheap collab by any means, and 100% this is gonna be our first official 10,000 Overwatch 2 coin skin bundle. The last K-pop skin mega bundle came close at about 9,900 Overwatch 2 coins, but with 8 of these skins and more than likely maybe victory poses, maybe a couple highlight intros, and definitely weapon charms and player icons and sprays and whatnot, this is going to be well over 10,000 coins. However, a lot of people are going to be turned off by this collaboration seeing that price point without realizing that you're going to be able, or I think you're going to be able to get these skins as individual skins for 1,900 Overwatch 2 coins. If you want the skins and none of the extra goodies, more than likely you will be able to get that. I know with the last K-pop collab, the recolors you can only get in the mega bundle, so hopefully they don't price wall it with the bundle, but at the very least we can also expect individual skin bundles where you'll be able to get Chun-li Juno and Cammy Widowmaker with their own cosmetics, like the player icons and possible victory poses and highlight intros for maybe about 2,500 Overwatch 2 coins, maybe 26, 27. That's usually where they price the individual skin bundles. But if you're a big fan of any of these skins, then I would just suggest to go to your bank and be sure to pull out a loan, because you're definitely gonna need it, because oh my god, just think of all the cosmetics that come with this collab. It's actually gonna be insane. But overall, I'm really hyped for this collaboration because the thing about Overwatch is that they have different characters representing the world, and that's also what Street Fighter was doing decades ago. So to see those two worlds collide with characters that are also from the same regions, I think is really sick. It's just disheartening when you see a Chinese character like Chun-Li not represented by the Chinese character Mei, which would have been perfect. It would have made total sense. But I get it, Juno makes more money than Mei, and that's why Kiriko also got a skin. I get it. But anyway, guys, I'll see you guys when this collaboration comes out on May 20th. Until then, I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch 2 videos to come, and bye.